Welcome back. Maybe you just watched the last one. Maybe you're watching this one. If you've watched two of these, you obviously like the channel. Go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't watched the last one, go watch the last one first. Go watch the first one.
Time in one spot. It's part of a game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
See, it's reasons why I love you. I love having this, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have had that little bit of a thing. I'd have just completely ran straight through it again. But you know,
All of his co-workers were
if you just came from the last one,
Stanley decided to go
welcome.
to the meeting room.
If
Perhaps
you
he'd simply
are
missed
new
the memo.
and this is the first one you're watching, why the fuck are you starting on like the what? Which one is this? Part
When Stanley
5,
came to
6,
a set
some
of
shit like
two
that?
open doors, he entered the door on his
Why are you
left.
starting on that? Well, why are you starting on a part that's not part 1? Go watch part 1, and then watch all the way
Yet
through
there was
this
not
one.
a single person here either.
I mean,
Feeling
this
a
one's
wave
not going to
of
go
disbelief,
anywhere.
Stanley decided to go up
So
to
why
his
don't you
boss's
just
office, hoping he
stay
might
on
find
this
an
one?
answer there.
Well, I'll tell you why, because it won't
Coming
make
to a
much
staircase,
sense. None of this
Stanley
makes any
walked
sort of sense,
upstairs
really.
to his boss's office.
But okay, this is where I gotta start shutting up and stop talking to y'all for a second, because this is new to
But
me.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had
You
left his
right.
post during work hours.
You
He
right.
might be fired for that. And
You
in such a
right.
competitive economy, why
You
had he
right.
taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Oh.
And then something occurred to Stanley.
Oh.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, I've seen
All
this
of my
before.
co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
You
For
right.
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors
I
close
assumed it was just 'cause
automatically
I was high
behind
as
him
fuck.
wherever he went? And for
Well,
that matter, these
video game
rooms were
logic.
starting to look pretty familiar.
Actually,
But
I
it simply
noticed it pretty much instantly.
no, Stanley said to himself, this is all
Sit
too
back in this
strange. This
car.
can't be real. And
What's
at
this
last,
license
he
plate
came to the
say?
conclusion that
6
it had been on
nine-
the tip of his tongue. He
Really?
just hadn't found the words for it. I'm
Really?
dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh,
You're
what a
right, though.
relief Stanley
This
felt
is all a
to have
dream.
finally found an answer.
I'm
an
asleep, actually.
explanation. His
Y'all are hearing me
co-workers
sleep
weren't
talk.
actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
I am
He
a
thought
really
to
loud
himself,
person.
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go
I
back to
apologize
my
for that
boring
one.
real-life job pushing buttons.
I'm gonna-
I may as well
No,
enjoy
I'm not
this
gonna be
while I'm
quiet.
still
Fuck
lucid.
that.
So,
I'm just saying.
he imagined himself flying
That
and began to gently
get-
float above the ground.
Okay, I don't like that.
Then he imagined
Okay,
himself
hit the-
soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too
Ha!
appeared. It was so much
Hey!
fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps
have no
the
idea.
strangest question of them all entered Stanley's
This is
head.
cool, though.
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Yeah, what is
Why
the question?
is there a voice in my head
I mean-
dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
I kind of do that.
Now the voice was
It's Patrick
describing
Warburton, though.
itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Just 'cause I
I'm
love
dreaming
Patrick
about a
Warburton's voice.
describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he
Huh,
thought.
yeah, that's true.
And
It's
while he
weird.
thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was
Yeah.
not a dream. How could it be?
Well, how
Was
is it
Stanley
not?
simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak
wouldn't
these
fucking
words
say
was
that
quite a
yet.
shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was
I'm
in fact a
definitely
dream.
not awake,
Did
'cause
the
I've
voice
never
not
been.
see
I'm
him float
tired.
and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This
Yeah,
voice was a
voice.
part of himself too. Surely,
How are you gonna
surely,
explain it,
if he
voice?
could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a
You're
dream.
right.
So he closed his eyes
I'm gonna do
gently,
it.
and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool
that
weight
was
of the
weird.
blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Cool, wait,
The
I
fresh
wake
air
up
of
sweating
the
most
world
days. The
outside
fuck's
this
wrong?
one.
What kind of cooling
Let
blanket he
me
got?
wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream.
I'm
I
not.
wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Nope.
Please. It's all I want.
Nope.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
Oh, you mean the
All
fake
I
one that you
want
made
is
up?
my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay. I'm not okay. I'm in the same
Stanley
spot.
began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be.
Why am I getting red screen? Why do I have on red tinted glasses? Okay, now everything's gone. Well, how you gonna explain this one?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
That's new.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Man.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
You're right.
He was obviously crazy. This
She has like a control panel on her head.
And in that moment,
everyone else see that?
She thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
She has like the whole like line there. You can open that up and program things.
I know what is real.
I wonder if she has a USB port there. Who am I kidding? Her USB port's between her legs. That was goofy of me to say.
Seeing this man made her feel
obviously, that's the
then she remembered
right
the
spot
meeting
for
she
it.
had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Why did she run away? Did she kill me? Is she the one who made me crazy? Is she the Ted Bundy of weird people? I think there's 2 more endings. And I'm gonna get to one of them today, and tomorrow we'll hit the ending
A soft wind blew
that
outside
lets us go through everything.
And if it
Again, I'm
did,
pretty
it
sure
stopped shortly
it's that
after.
one.
Stanley hoped that he would one day
Well, maybe
see
tomorrow.
more.
I don't know. I might just make this a long one because, you know, these endings take about 7 to 8
When
minutes.
Stanley came to a set of
Most
2
of the
open
time.
doors, he entered
So
the
I might
door
just
on
make
his
this one a
left.
bit of a longer video, make it like a 25, 35 minute video.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Oh, shit.
Stanley decided to
Fucking
go
thing
up to
blew
his
me off the
boss's
side.
office.
Oh,
Hoping
fuck,
he
what
might
was the
come into a
code for the-
staircase,
what was the
Stanley
code for the
walked
thing?
upstairs to his boss's office.
What was the code? It's fucking
878257. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
84.
Shocked, unraveled,
No.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this.
1579.
What dark secret was being held
No.
from him? What he could
2,
not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk
64.
guarded the terrible truth
Shit.
that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had
was
assigned
it?
an extra secret.
What was the name?
number, 2845. But of course,
2845.
Stanley couldn't possibly. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Moving on, moving on. God, got me again, son bitch. Okay. Yeah, this is really the only loading screen that it has between endings. It's weird. I don't know why they need to load this up.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Sorry, I had to pee. That probably seemed like a lot shorter of a time for you guys than it did for me.
Mind control facility.
But while it was loading, I ran into the bathroom. I don't think I mentioned that I was doing it, but that's what happened.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Well, I mean, mind control. If you watched from the first one all the way up through this one, like you should have done, because this says final, this says finale on it. It says finally. 427.
Each bore the
right
number
there.
of an employee in the building.
Boom.
Stanley's
But like I told you too in the last one, or was it the beginning of this one? I can't even remember at this point. I told you in one of them. You go watch all of them.
Where freedom meant nothing.
If you haven't yet, go watch them all. I promise you're not going to be disappointed. Well, I take that back. I don't like promising things that may or may not be true. I would like to say you're not going to be disappointed. I would say that, in my opinion, I don't think you're going to be disappointed.
This mind control facility,
I don't know. Maybe you just don't like me.
It couldn't be true.
I mean, while I don't understand that, that's your opinion. To each his own. If you don't have a good choice in people, then that sucks for you.
Emotions had been manipulated to accept
if you can't read people well, I'm sorry.
No,
but
he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Yeah.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Well, virtually anything's possible.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
This is weird.
Walking,
What's
eating,
going on here?
working. All of it monitored and commanded from this
offline.
place.
Hit this button.
And as the cold reality of his past began to
yet?
sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
those buttons are changing
would dismantle
tones,
the
and I don't like
controls
it.
once and for all.
Okay, well, I already did that, so I'm not going to do that, because I know that ending. Well, now you guys know. If you didn't already know, I have an iPhone, and I guess I turned it on whenever I was running away. My apologies, guys. I know it's amateur hour apparently. Well, really it is, because I don't do this for a job yet. I'm gonna turn it on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley,
God, about that.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you're
I could just shut this game off. I didn't have to buy this game in the first place.
Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Okay, it's a video game. See if I can fuck.
Without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode.
Okay, that seems like it's a bit of a overkill, don't you?
Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
Really?
What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you,
2.
about me.
Where's the 3?
What all this
Where's the
means,
3?
I barely know where to start.
Where's the 3?
What's that?
Yo, Fam
You'd
Bam,
like
where's
to
the
know where your
3?
co-workers are.
There's 4 over
A
there.
moment of solace before you're obliterated.
Where's the 3?
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
3.
Of course, that was merely in this instance
Okay,
of
hit
the
that.
story. Sometimes when I tell it, I
4
simply
is
let
up
you
here,
sit
5's
there
down
in your
there.
office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Man, that sucks.
Other times, I let the office sink into the
Four,
ground,
four, 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 four,
swallowing everyone inside.
Get
or
to
I
5,
let
get
it
to 5,
burn
get to
a
5.
crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense
You
of
right.
everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Sure, whatever I come up with on the next
Okay, that
go
didn't
around
work.
will be even better.
It didn't work at all,
My
son of a
goodness,
bitch.
only 34 seconds left.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying this so much.
Aren't you a
You know
douchebag?
what? To
Alright,
hell
I'm gonna
with
try to
it.
do this
I'm
backwards.
going to put some extra time on the clock.
5.
Why not?
5, then I'm gonna really
These
try to
are
do this
precious
backwards.
additional seconds.
Run, 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 run.
Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh,
I do like
dear
this
me,
music,
what's
though.
the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable
4.
of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button,
You're
screen
right.
to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons. No,
3.
these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything.
2.
Something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
1.
That this video game can be beaten? 1 solved? Do you have any
fuck,
idea
it's not
what
working.
your
Green.
purpose
Where's
in this
green?
place is?
Okay, well, here's a bunch of green buttons.
Stanley,
That's not...
you're in for
How
quite
about that
a
green button?
disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you.
Boop.
That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along.
Boop.
It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
How about that button?
You're
Is
only
that the
still
power
playing
button?
instead
Turn
of
the power
watching
button
a
off.
cutscene because I want to watch you
Shit.
for every moment that you're powerless.
Shit.
To see you made hungry. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control
You're a
this
tragedy.
world, that's fine. But I'm going to
Alright, well, I
destroy
guess
it first,
this is
so
my last
you
little thing.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Okay.
No ending here. Just you being blown
So I
to
can't.
pieces.
Oh well.
Will you cling desperately to
Just
your
gonna sit here for a
failure,
minute then.
or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to
58
me. All
minutes.
part of the joke. And believe me, I will
Everyone.
be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment
Erased.
you fade in
Crossed.
until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Well, one thing's for certain, at least I just got vaporized. And since that was the end of that one, I can say that this is not the end of the video this time around. Like I said, this is a finale video. It's going to be a little bit longer, but trust me, you're going to stick around for this. Because if I'm not wrong, I waited for this one
Already
last
this was uncomfortable.
because
and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new
I'm pretty
space he
sure
felt
at the
safe
end
in,
of this
that
one-
he would never leave it again in his life.
I go to like editor's notes stuff. It's kind of like this museum
When
thing.
Stanley came to a
I think
set
it's
of
the end
two
of this
open
one.
doors, he entered the door on his
I
left.
can't tell. I could not tell you exactly, but I think it's the end of this one. And I think this is why
Yet
I
there
waited
was not a single
to
person
get this
here
one
either.
last.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided
know.
to go up to his boss's office. Coming to
Yeah,
a
it
staircase,
was-
Stanley walked
Shit, I
upstairs
already forgot
to
it.
his
What was
boss's
it?
office.
2, 8, 4, 5. Is that it? Is that the right one? Because I want to hit it real
Stepping
quick
into his
because he
manager's
says something.
office,
I'm pretty sure.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So
mean,
he
you're right, I'm trying to
relaxed
get
for
this-
a few moments
Oh,
with some
good
calming
Lord.
new age music.
Okay. Hope this is not copyrighted music. I would cry.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated,
Well.
Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Good thing for your all's ears because that probably sucked. Yeah, that was probably not good music. Sounded pitchy. I have some shit in my throat. It's allergy season here. Here in Kentucky, it's always allergy season. Who the fuck am I kidding? There's never a season in which I don't have ungodly, like, crippling allergies. Out this bitch. Makes me pissed off. Okay. So, the last one.
Stanley walked straight ahead through
Mind
the large
control
door
facility,
that read
or escape.
Mind control facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on
Yep.
it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I want to see my violent death then. Let me see what I want to see, damn it.
The door behind him was not shut.
You
Stanley
right.
still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope. Nope. Nope, nope,
At
nope.
this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and
You're right.
willingly confront his death.
I want to see my death. I want to die, damn it. Well, let's die, guys. Okay. That... Oh, another loading screen. Wow. Look at this loading screen. Wow. Wow. Look at the loading screens.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the
Oh, God.
future. He doesn't know the real
What the
story.
fuck is the point of
Trapped
this?
Forever in his narrow vision of
What the fuck is the point of this? Why?
Perhaps his death was
Why
as
in the hell
natural
would they be
loss
crushing
by
these
plucking
things?
the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned
Ugh.
and willingly accepted this violent end to his
Ugh.
brief and shallow life.
Eh,
Stanley.
Why in the hell would they be crushing these anyway? That makes no sense.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Oh,
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body,
ow,
killing
that
him
sounds like
instantly.
it hurts. Ooh, shit. Okay. Da Stanley
And
Perable.
yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in
You
his
right.
office, as alive as ever.
You
What
right.
exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Oh, can I? Oh, I don't know where the hell I'm going. Okay, so there is walls here, so I can't really do that. So I'm just gonna head over here. What exactly did the narrator think he was
When
gonna
every
accomplish?
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making
You're
life
right.
the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Okay. Yes, I did. By the way, this is going to be quite a long episode because I'm probably going to read all these. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game, the path from Stanley's office to the two doors, the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. That's actually really cool how they probably changed things, like they probably added the back things and changed around some of the numbers and stuff, like putting door 420 over here, and I know exactly where it's at. It's right there in terms of that sounds like a computer jacking off. It's like right there. The two doors. The setup of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. An exploration of the contradiction this room posed. I should do voiceover work. Not really. Actually, I don't know, probably not. Corridor. The placing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. So I wonder if they added it. They had to have changed it because he he gets through his entire monologue in this entire section. So like by the time you hit those doors, it's like perfect. Like you hit those doors and his first monologue stops and his monologue in this part starts. Office computers. Employee databases. Solitaire with someone who sucks balls at solitaire. And something I can't read. Who is the original mutant? Who's the made using source bivalve? Kevin Brighting. I'm gonna look him up real quick on my phone. Sorry, I know I'm not supposed to have my phone. I want to see what else he's done because I don't know. I honestly don't know. So I'm gonna keep talking. That way I don't have to cut this out. Because as I said before, I am very boring. Not boring, lazy. Kevin Brighting. Alright, what else has he done? I know. I got that. Yeah, he did the Stanley Perable. Oh, Doctor Who. Wait, is that... Did he play the Doctor in that? I haven't... I never really... watched Doctor Who. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if that disappoints you. I don't think he's ever been in a movie, has he? No, he's just a... I don't even know. Is he... Kevin Braden. No, that was Peter something. What does he play then? Is Kevin Braden surname? I wouldn't imagine so. We've been sitting here for so long. I'm gonna move now. Just looking up Kevin Braden. You know, The Office, doors 001, 002, and 003. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and synthesized tone. Huh. That's interesting. Some of that sounds eerily similar to things along the lines of like other Valve projects, which makes me think that they took some of them off. The maintenance room, an early version of the maintenance room. I don't even know what the maintenance room is. Copier. And that looks like it's a lot more wore down than the one that I saw before. The office stuff. I'm gonna go over here first. Man, this is like a big ass museum. What's up there? Oh, did I walk down from up there? I feel like I did. I'm walking up here for no reason. Yeah, because that wall's blocked off. Alright, well, I'm gonna go back down here. Did I see this already? The paintings? Nature paintings? I know I saw that one, I think. I think I saw that one. That looks like stereotypical pictures of Wales. I've never been to Wales. I've only seen stereotypical pictures of Wales. Not the animal, the place. The you know, north of... Well, it's not north of... It's technically a part of the UK, but north of England. Boss's office. Scenes from the development of the boss's office. Man, that's boring. That's a little bit better. That's a whole hell of a lot better. I wish that they didn't go with the red kind of shit wallpaper. Wish they went with a little bit of a better idea with the wallpaper, but huh. Employee lounge stuff. Awesome. What the hell is over here? What the hell? Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice and recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years. These clips are early takes are not used in the final game.
When Stanley came to the lift, he traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever.
can't hardly hear this. I'm gonna see if I can get into subtitles only. I wonder if they did that. Are you gonna give me the subtitle? Okay, they didn't give me the subtitles anymore. Did I just hear into a river? Okay, that's weird. But sorry guys, I forgot to turn on the subtitles for the entirety. I forgot that that's something that I'm supposed to do, quite honestly, because I'd never play games with subtitles on, so I just didn't do it on this one. I'm gonna, yeah, that one didn't have anything. Office clock. I about said something else. It would have been equally as funny, but disturbing at the same time. This is the first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Oh. Things that I forgot that this game came from a different thing. Countdown. One of the discs from an early version of the countdown ending. Oh. This game came from a hold on. This game came from a I can't remember. I think it was a Gmod thing. It was a Gmod mod. I might go get Gmod and then play that. This is freedom ending as it existed in the beta. Wow, that looks terrible compared to what the other one looks like. Oh my gosh, there's so much here. Countdown room. Okay. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. See, I agree. I probably would have forgotten, and I would have gone the wrong way. I'd have been like, oh shit, now I gotta do another one. Zending models. The Zending I hope I'm saying that right, went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending. We thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. The what model? This snapshot depicts an early version of the ending known as Zending, which eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. What the fuck is this model? Zending levers. These levers were originally part of the Zending. See, it's supposed to be Zending. I'm a dumb jackass is what I am. Oh well. The player would pull a lever, and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Oh, cool. Can I pull them? Nope, can't pull them. Alright. The escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. You're goddamn right, I would have been salty as fuck the entire time. What the hell? There is so much in here. 12, 11. The apartment timer. In previous version, the choice loading the apartment ending timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. So it would lead to the ending that it would lead to the one, I'm assuming the one where you pulled out the thing. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying or jumping to a different path. However, after an early version, we decided that we also want the option of a player falling to their death. That was funny. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where a cargo is actually stored. You're right, that does not look at all like a cargo lift should look like, or where it should be. Die office. Die lounge. Oh, good lord. These are screenshots of the Stanley Perable HD remix. More endings, fewer endings, more narrations, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. Talk about your parables. The point of the Stanley Perable HD remix is to win. Am I going? Okay, green light. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Perable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Man. Warzone. Whoa. What the fuck? In early development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people. Yeah, people who like shooters, which is not our intention. Man, they really did think of everything. Oh, and I'm back down at the bottom of this. So this did have other things, so I'm glad I went down here. Did I go in here already? No. Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we sent out and asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these to further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here is a selection of those emails. So, like, I have a question for you, sir, and okay, where are you born with a magnificent voice, or did you bargain with a magician to receive it? And finally, the most personal, what's Stanley's last name? Wow, they really put in some stuff for that one. I'm not even reading that one. Fuck y'all. That's as blunt as it gets. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second March 2012, and the third in February of 2013. One, you can tell the difference. That's a bit dingier. That's really bright. That has... Huh. Interesting. This is... Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say, for the people who are still here, why? Why are you still here? All I'm doing is walking around this, but I'm barely talking. Why are you still here? I mean, I love y'all for being here, but why are you here? I'm in 38 minutes now into this video, and in the last 20 minutes has been me talking about this game, and I've been just reading these signs and talking about the game. I love you to death, but why are you still here? Please stay. You're already here. I'm pretty sure we're close to the end of this, so why not stay at this point? But, I mean, it's just questions. How much time do you have on your fucking hands that you can do this? I wish I had that much time. I only have enough time to record these bitches. I could not go back and watch them. I mean, I have to, but probably not. I'm going to cut like 2 parts out of this. The rest of it's going to go in. Okay, sorry. Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game, though much of the environment has changed. The basic layout from his mockup is still in the game. Nice one. Oh, and I think this is the lever room still? Yeah, okay. So this is the elevator room. Okay, so that I think is I have to go through there to get to the ending. Oh, I'm almost done. I think. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. What is this? Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing for a new version of the Stanley Perable. I can't hear. Am I supposed to be closer? Okay. I don't know if it's something about the recording that's fucked up or if it's something about something else that's fucked up, but, you know, I'm just gonna leave. Alright, well, I think that's the last part of this. Yeah, this is the ending part. So, you know.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Okay.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to
Okay.
me. You can
Cool.
still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
What do you
Push
mean?
escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only
Okay.
true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Got him. But I do want to know what happens if I don't. I died. This is just restarted to give me a little bit more exposition like I wanted. Oh. You know, I feel like it's just that ending. However, that's apt because we are done. We are done with this game. Thank you for staying through the whole video if you were inclined to do so. I appreciate it. 41 minutes. This is going to be the longest video that, since I made new rules of trying not to put up long videos, I guess the only exceptions I'm making are finales for games and finales for games and games that I'm going to play specifically for longer videos. Those won't come for a while. So really just the finale of a game is the only time you all will get a video longer than 25 minutes. But this was one of those games. This was one of those videos. And I appreciate you guys sticking to it if you did. And if you didn't, why not? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Stanley Parable. We won't come back to it. I kind of teetered with the idea of going to the other one. We're not coming back to this, though. It's not happening unless they make another Stanley Parable. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this game as much as I did. Peace and love, guys. Peace and love.